Hello, beautiful human. You've clicked on our interview with Sabrina Carpenter. Almost Love is a brand new single. It's out now. She has a new album coming out this winter. It's called Singular. We're going to dive into both of them. And we're going to talk about her two new movies that are coming out. One in October, the other in 2019. We got a lot. And Dan's creepy, as usual. I think you're going to enjoy the interview, though. Leave your honest feedback in the comments section below. We have a podcast link in the description below. And yeah, enjoy. Oh, and please subscribe. Please.
Let's do this. Zach Show.
Hey, we got Heather, we got Dan, and welcome back to the studio.
Yes.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Hey.
Love.
I get so comfortable in here so quickly now because I know I'm about to be here for a second.
And that makes me happy. I walked in, I was a minute late, and you arrived perfectly on time. And by the time I walked in here, you were in a little ball.
I was just in a little ball.
Mm-hmm. Living a good life.
Living a good life.
How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. I was drinking juice, so I feel super healthy today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you drink juice often?
No. But like those days where you just want to feel healthy and so you go, I'm going to drink a juice.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
all a sham.
The one time you do it, like, I'm healthy now.
And that's it. And then tomorrow you start with a milkshake.
I'll do it. No, I don't start. I end most days with milkshakes, though. Fun fact. I love milkshakes.
They're a very underrated dessert.
They are.
People don't understand the opportunity that a milkshake brings, especially if you do chunky ice cream in a milkshake.
I feel like people never know what they're going to expect clicking on your interviews. Like, it could be about anything. You know what I mean? Like, I could have gone on a full tangent about milkshakes just then, but I decided to not.
But I'm passionate about the milkshake.
You're passionate. Exactly. Me too.
I drink battery acid.
What?
It's called
Literally, yeah.
Red Bull.
Oh, I was
the
like,
worst
what?
thing.
I've never had Red Bull. I'm scared of what it'll do to me.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
I'm scared of that, Sabrina.
Whenever you want to try it, can you call me? I want to be
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
I'll serve you and
Do you
treat
really want me to, though?
To your first
I'll
Red Bull.
FaceTime you. That'll be crazy.
Please.
Yeah.
I just want to see it course through your veins.
Yeah.
And see your eyes.
Wow.
Almost Love. That is the single right now. And dude, it is a jam. It's a bop.
Thanks.
It makes you move.
Thanks.
It's this song is different than every other song you put out into the world.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. How does it feel for you? Because for a listener, I feel like I'm getting a different side of you or a new generation of you.
Wow. Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I think it's so funny because I don't think when you're in an album process, like you're writing an album, and I've been writing this album for 2 years. I don't think when you're in that cycle, you almost even realize that you're changing until you kind of stop for a second and you look back and you go, oh my gosh, this is completely different from where I started. And that was something that I definitely heard after I wrote Almost Love. I was like, oh, there's just this personality that I haven't explored before. It felt like you heard that in my voice rather than just like what the song was about or the lyrics. Like all around, it just felt like a new voice.
So do you go back and listen to all the songs you've created over the 2 years and you go, wow, I was this person at the top of the 2 years and I was this person midway through?
Yeah, it's scary. Mostly 2 years ago. Like it's always scary where you start, you know what I mean? Because you go like, how was I that person? I'm so different now. And it's so weird because for me, I guess my songs are like my timeline. Yeah. And that's how I really decipher like who I was as a person then and who I am now.
Which it's pretty cool. Like it's like having a diary, but
like
it's a little bit glossier, a little bit nicer.
Super glossy, yeah.
And the world listens to it.
Exactly. And not everybody. Well, and that's the interesting thing is like certain parts about your diary, I think you just don't share with people. That's why they made the ones with the locks that like you had to like have the invisible ink to get in.
I had the one that was voice activated where it knew your voice.
That actually makes me really happy that you had one. I think I had probably 12 and then just like wrote for them in like 3 days and then stopped using them.
See, at least you wrote in them. I didn't even try. Like my sister had it. I stole
it. Was voice
it.
activated.
Yeah. But you kept a diary in life 3 days. That was it.
Yeah. No, I think I kept multiple diaries, but like I would only use them for like 3 days.
Got it.
And I would think like this is the time I'm gonna finish this one out, and I never do.
So you listen back to the first song that you wrote for Singular, and then what was the first song that you wrote and finished for the album?
Well, interestingly, for the album Cycle, like Why was the first song that I guess wrote that I was going to release from this period, but it's not on the album.
It isn't?
Why is not on the album, no.
People have thought that it was.
People probably, yeah, I think Yeah, but no, it's not. I think I just remember this because I remember my last album. There was another song that was like a single in between, and it's kind of like, for me, that song was a bridge, and that song was definitely, like you said, like different than anything I'd done before. But it doesn't fit in this world of songs.
Transition.
Yeah.
Is Alien on the album?
No, Alien is
Whoa.
was never like my. I mean, Alien was Jonas and mine song always.
Got it.
And initially, actually, when we wrote Alien, we were thinking like, this is a Jonas song. So the way that I like thought about writing it was never like writing a Sabrina song. It was always like writing the song for him. And then the way that he puts his production on it, and you know, the way that sometimes my lyrics just seem to come through, it felt like it should be both of ours.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, a lot of artists could say why an Alien should be on the album, but are you making way for, I mean, how many songs are you sitting on?
Well, over 60 songs, like for the past 2 years. But
have you narrowed it down? Where are we at?
yeah, I mean, more songs than it'll be more songs than my last 2 albums for sure.
So 18, 16?
Keep guessing. I'm not gonna give it away.
12,
I'm not
20?
gonna tell you right now.
How many Target exclusives do we have?
Target exclusive. I don't even think we talked about that. Maybe the Japan exclusives. I don't know. There's so many exclusives.
You're filled with exclusives.
Yeah.
So you have 60 songs just chilling. You start this whole process 2 years ago. What is the last song you wrote and finished that will make it onto Singular?
It was wow, this is so hard. Edit this part out. Just kidding.
We play the Jeopardy theme song.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna say what it's called, but it's a song that I did with Johan Carlson from Max Martin, and yeah, that song we did. I actually had my first writing camp throughout this whole process, and then for those of you who don't know what that is, it is like, it's basically like you have a bunch of writers for however long. Sometimes it's a couple days. Mine was a week. It was curated by Ross Golan, who I love so much and love working with. And he pulled together like just incredible people that I've either worked with or hadn't worked with before. And there was 3 rooms going at once. And
are you floating between all 3?
Yeah. And for me, it was a crazy experience because I never realized how hands-on I was until then, because I had such a like. I had such a headache all the time because I was like, no, I have to finish this song, I have to focus on this song, but like this song is happening and it's happening. Wait, I have to go back over there, and like I was constantly trying to figure out how to balance. But we got some great songs out of it.
So when you meet with all these writers, do you give them a creative brief? Do you give them a personal brief on you?
There has to be somewhat of a brief, but at the same time, like I said, I feel like at the end of the day, the songs that are on the album are the ones that I was completely a part of and the ones that are closest to me. And I think that the nice thing is we started to see a direction as I was halfway through this whole process. So when I could go in, you know, and at this point when we did this writing camp, this was when I had, you know, a chunk of the album done and a chunk of songs that I could play for people and be like, this is kind of where we're going.
You set the tone.
Yeah, you set the tone, and then, but really there are no rules and there's no boundaries, and I love being surprised. And I think that that's why I love constantly working with new people. They bring colors to the table that you've never seen or heard before.
What do you learn about your artistry and about you as an artist from that camp?
You just learn what you're capable of. You also just pay attention and you listen and you watch other people that do it completely different than you do. And you learn a lot from that. I know that working with Stargate for the first time, one of the things that I learned from them, which now I take with me in, you know, all of my writing sessions, is like, sometimes if a song isn't just coming to you immediately, you just go into the booth, sing melodies, you know, and sing whatever, like literally just whatever you feel. And there's been so many songs that we've written together that have literally, they just start out as like 3-minute songs just of melodies, no words, just melodies. And then we finish and we write the song later.
I feel like that's, I don't know, I don't want to say common, but a lot of people just, when you feel it and you just kind of go with whatever is coming out, that just flows out of you.
You trust your instincts.
Yeah.
And then it really does feel like you as an artist, and not like, you know, if I were to go in and say, I want to write a song like this artist or some like what this person just did. I mean, I always thought like that was the thing that I love using other artists for inspiration and for vibes and for, you know, inspiration, because there's a sick drum beat or, you know, the harmonies on a certain song are insane. But I think you need to find, or personally for me, it was about making sure that I wasn't going into this thinking I want to sound like anybody but myself.
Why do you think now, at this phase in your career, that all of these major producers want to work with you? Because you're throwing around names like, Max Martin and Stargate. These are the biggest of the big. They do not just work with anybody. And when they create a piece of art, that art has value to it. Like you look at Johan and you look at Max, right? Like, dude, they have so many hits under their belt. They got number ones for days.
I feel like you're making her nervous.
Well, I was like, why do they want to work? I don't know.
But do you ever think about that? Like that you're in the room with some of the best and brightest that this industry has to offer, and you're one of them. But like, I don't know, just...
Yeah, you definitely do. But I mean, if I think about it, I'll cry. So like, I can't overthink it. Yeah. I think you do though. I mean, for me, like, I don't know, that was a part of like my history and the things that I was interested in growing up, were the people behind the songs and the people that created, the biggest hits that that have been passed on for generation after generation. And how a song is not just one day or one time period. A song can be classic and can outlast so many generations, which I just think is almost like magic. So working with those people that you just named, and that I at this point, like I'm just fans of, like the biggest fans of, and working with them made me more of a fan of them. Why they chose to work with me, I don't know. I like to work hard, that's for sure. I definitely know that like I'm very focused, because it's a place where I feel like I get the most done in the studio, and I feel like I'm at my highest peak of creativity when I'm there. And I don't know, it's a collaborative effort, that's for sure, but they've taught me so much. I'm so grateful.
So why Almost Love? Why'd you want to write that song?
Almost Love, it was funny because it wasn't the first song I wrote with them. It was a couple songs in, and I remember them playing like the instrumental, like a rough version of the instrumental of the song that they had, and there was like these whistles. And I was like, how am I supposed to write this? Like, what does this make me feel like? Because it's kind of, there's a lot going on here. And I hopped in the booth and I started singing, and that's how we have most of the melodies in the song. And then we got out, and I had the words Almost Love written in my phone for a long, long time. Because me in my life, being 19 and like kind of just never staying in one place for more than 2 seconds, there's so many relationships that just never get their ending and never finish. And it really is these series of like almost lovers. So we decided to write that song, and it was fun. And I just, again, like this personality shined through that I had never heard before.
Almost Love, like in those moments, do you feel like that relationship with that person could be something real if you gave more of yourself to it, or you gave more time to it?
In this particular song, it wasn't me giving more of it, it was the other person.
Got it.
So I mean, it would be, I guess it's always like a give and a take for both people. But yeah, in this particular song, it was just like, come on, like just let it be something. So it's fun. It's very different from the other songs on the album, for sure.
Are you singing to a specific person?
I'm singing to 80 million people all the time. Because for me, like, this may have been inspired by 2 or 3 different scenarios. But I know I'm going to go through it a million times again, because it's just my life, and I'm always on planes, I'm always in cars, I don't sleep. So that is what it is.
Is the album finished?
It's very close. Like, song-wise, yeah, but there's just like mix. We're in final editing mode.
What story are we trying to tell with Singular?
We're trying to tell a story of a single voice, and I think, and not just because I'm single. Like, I just mean like a voice alone. You know what I mean?
One voice.
Anyway, just one voice. Whatever.
You.
Yeah, and I think that actually, the reason why I called it Singular was I was having a conversation with someone that had heard, wow, I love speaking, that had heard the album, and they said that it was singularly Sabrina. And I was just like, oh, and that wasn't like what made me call it Singular. That was just, that made me think about the reason behind why so many songs on this album represented this confidence, represented this, I hate to say the word empowerment. I think there's themes of empowerment within all of it, but a lot of different things that I had to go through this album to prove that I didn't need other certain people to help me get there. And so I think that was a big part of it as well. I think Singular, hopefully whoever listens to it, they just feel like a badass and they can just live their life, their cute little confident, worry-free life, drama-free life, because that's how it's made me feel.
But do you feel confident while you're making the music or after it's already done?
No, while I'm making it, which like I said, like when I'm in the studio, I feel like there's no barriers, there's no limits, so I'm able to just create whatever I want. And luckily, you know, the people around me were usually on the same page, which is what makes it really exciting, is because you're working with these people that want to help you find who you are as an artist, while I want to help myself find who I am as an artist.
When you're in the writing camp, is it hard for you to open up to so many different groups of people?
Oh, good question. I think you feel it with certain people. You know what I mean? I think you get in a room with someone and you feel comfortable enough to share stories. But I honestly do feel like you have to be open in that process, no matter who it's with. If it's someone that you met for the first time, it's someone you've known for months. Because in order for someone to get a sense of you and who you are as an artist and as a person, you have to let them in. And I think that I definitely learned that. But that's also how I've created like some of my best friends.
Yeah. Because they see you and get to know you at your most vulnerable. And
yes,
they can
we love that
understand
word as
that.
artists. We love the word vulnerable.
But it's scary to be vulnerable.
It is.
It's like, and I think that's also a part of like being comfortable and confident. It's
Yeah.
easier for you to be vulnerable and open up if you're more secure in yourself.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Because then you're okay with people poking and prodding and taking moments in your life and turning into a hook and
Yes.
whatever it may be.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, every time you say something, I rethink everything about the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking about the movie, The Theory of Everything, and I'm trying to figure it out. But anyways.
No, I mean, I find it really interesting, especially these camps. Like, did you rent a house?
No, we rented a studio that was we used for a week, and
Got
it
it.
was one of my favorite places to work because they always had warm chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, I know where you're going in Hollywood.
You know,
Oh,
yeah, it's amazing.
It's a good
So,
studio.
Yeah, I do. I love
So
it.
you
there.
have 4 different studios going like on that top floor, just going at once.
Yeah.
It's expensive to rent out that building.
I didn't pay for
a
it.
week. That's right. But they care about you. Whoever has the money, they believe.
They believe.
That's a pretty big deal. How's your mom? I saw your mom back there. Nice to
Mom
see
literally,
you.
by the way, she like literally asked, I think I knew I was doing this over a week ago, and she was like, I want to come with you this day because you're going to see Zach. So I want to see
You're the
Zach.
best.
She literally was like, I want to come see Zach. And I was like, okay.
Oh,
That's cute.
I really like your Twitter header.
Heddle? My Twitter heddle?
Love it. The curtain. But it
Thanks.
also looks like the curtain I used to use in like PowerPoint to like open up my presentations.
Exactly.
It's
Simple.
beautiful.
Thank you so much. I love PowerPoints. I was great at making PowerPoints because I was homeschooled. So like a lot of it was on the internet. Like I could make a great PowerPoint.
You animate and stuff?
No, I just can make great PowerPoints.
My transitions were my specialty.
Oh, really? Oh, the
really-
slides? Yeah, like
yes.
the fizzle in, fizzle out.
I hooked your attention.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Nice star wipe.
When are we getting a music video for Almost Love?
This month.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can you share anything? Like, who directed it? Did you get any
It
creative?
was directed by Hannah Lex Davis, and creative was, my amazing group of creative team around me, my sister and I and Amber and my management team. So it came to life actually, we had a long time to film this video, but we didn't end up filming it until right before the song came out. But I was actually supposed to film it before I left to film a movie in Albuquerque. So I was like, I kind of had a lot of time to think about it, which is almost scary. Sometimes you don't want too much time to think about something because then you overthink it. But we actually are just finishing it now. It's still like in the editing and final editing process.
How many times have you listened to the album?
Wow. I don't know. A lot.
Probably a ton, I would think.
Yeah,
Did you listen to it on
also-
your way here?
Yeah, I did. Or certain songs, yeah. Because I feel like there's certain songs that are like my favorite that I'll listen to a lot. But it's funny because like now I'm in this process of mixing and editing, and I'm so picky with so many things. So I guess like when I get it's a series of edits and drafts, and you have to listen to it a lot. I care about it so much, you know what I mean?
You take a lot of notes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Blowing up those producers'
Blowing
inboxes?
it up. No, they're great though, and
They wanted
honestly,
to.
they do, and they're amazing. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're annoyed by me, and maybe I'm actually all wrong, but I don't know. Hopefully not.
What defines your favorite song on your album? Like, how do you pick? Like,
You ask all the hard questions. That's really hard. What defines my favorite song on the album?
you said you have favorites.
I have favorites at times, but the reason why each song specifically is on this album is because they were all my favorites at one point. And usually these songs are the ones that I left the studio and literally couldn't fall asleep that night and had to listen to them over and over and over again because they make me so excited. And I think, thanks for the chuckle. It's sweet. No, but really, that's how I want my music to make me feel that excited.
It's cool.
Thanks.
I'm this. emotions behind this album.
Yeah.
Narrow it down to 3 or 4. What would it be?
Wow. It would definitely be confusion,
Okay. Interesting.
confidence, which are two they
They
don't go together very well, do they?
But one could lead to the other.
Yeah, exactly. And intellectual sense of humor, which is one word. I just made it into one word.
That's what true intellectuals will do.
Yes.
Yeah, just make
Wow.
stuff up.
Yeah.
Intellectual sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fascinated. And does that play into the fact that there's like, the beautiful statues and all the art that was associated with some of the single artwork? Whatever the thing that Dan photoshopped his face onto?
That was genius.
Thank you.
By the way, very surprised more people did not do that because I was like, that's such an easy thing to do. And I didn't think about it. Someone did Photoshop Shrek there, though.
that's
And
funny.
I personally like that better than yours.
That's rude.
Like, I liked yours, but then when I saw that, I was like, nah.
Yeah. Well, Shrek's better looking.
That's fine. Shrek can beat me. That's fine as long as I'm second.
Yes,
I'll
you're
take that.
second. You're second.
Thank you.
Do we have a release date for the album?
Winter,
Winter.
the best release date.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
But we have confidence, we have confusion,
Yeah.
we have intellectual humor.
Sense of humor, yeah.
You're funny? You making jokes on this album?
I'm hilarious. No,
Hello.
I'm kidding. No, it's just about finding like the moments in life that do confuse you and do stress you out and looking at them with a sense of humor.
Cool.
Yeah.
How much fun can you have in a minute?
So much fun.
Tell us about it.
Why don't you tell me about your fun in a minute?
I mean, you're the one that's singing about it.
Yeah, but obviously you resonated with that particular lyric.
I mean, clearly you wrote the lyric for a reason.
Right, but then that one stood out as out of all of the other lyrics in the song, right?
Of course it did, yeah.
And you're-
absolutely.
So what does it mean to you? Like, why did you want to write that?
Like, what made you gravitate towards asking me this question?
I just feel like, 7 minutes in heaven, but we're like now down to 1 minute.
We're down to one.
Yeah, so like,
exactly. I've actually never played that game. It's so weird.
interesting.
Interesting.
Have you played 1 minute in heaven?
No, never. But I
30
wrote the
seconds.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to kiss somebody for a minute straight? You lose breath.
What? It's like going underwater.
Yeah, dude. Or I'm just really out of shape. So I have to take like every 15 seconds.
Didn't you ask for relationship advice on Twitter not too long ago?
Oh my God. Yeah. Every
Why
other
did
day.
I see that?
I'm
because
sorry.
I saw Sophia respond to that and I was like, Zach, I'll help you.
Well, I'm from that same person who gave me
Let's
the
write a
silent
song
treatment.
about it.
I will give you all my stories. if you want
Let's sit
inspiration.
together, write a song.
That's the real therapy.
Yeah.
I am so sorry to interrupt the interview. I'll just be real quick. Get Quip. It's the best toothbrush out there. I'm obsessed with this thing. It sticks right to my mirror. It's timed out perfectly, so I always know that I'm brushing the right amount. They send me refill heads like every month, and that's not just for convenience, it's for my health. Plus, Quip is an amazing toothbrush. It's electric, and it starts at only $25. $25 for really the best toothbrush you will ever buy. I got it for Dan, Heather, my mom, my sister, my dad. Oprah uses this toothbrush, so why shouldn't you? Quip, seriously, it's the best. Go to getquip.com/sang, and you're going to get a toothbrush starting at $25, and your free refill pack will follow. That's right, you'll get something free if you go to getquip.com/sang. Try out the Quip toothbrush. You'll love it, but I really want you to tell me what you think. So use it and get back to me. Getquip.com/sang. Okay, back to the interview. Really, music to you is more than just art. Is it a form of therapy?
Yeah. Would you look at it as like that? Like,
Listening to it, yeah, I escape.
I just think, yeah, that's what it should make you do. And that's why I think with this particular album, but also like the way that I listen to music truly is that way. It's like it should take you out of reality for a couple minutes. And I think that with this, like I wanted the listener to feel less self-conscious for as long as they could and to just open up a little bit more and feel like, where their heart is and where their mind is like are kind of together for a moment. You know what I mean?
I totally get it.
Yeah.
How's your dating life? Do you have a boyfriend?
Hey, Dan. No, I don't have a boyfriend. That's, single. Singular. Yeah.
That's right.
Dating life, just let me refer you to my song Almost Love because it's called Almost Love for a reason.
Okay.
I think it's interesting that theme came up a lot in the album. Alien was kind of like the first song that I felt like I wrote sort of touching on that topic of just like wanting to know why people do certain things, act
Yeah.
certain ways. I think like this is really the most curious period of my life right now. Everyone's so weird, and then I just want to know why.
Accurate.
You know,
Are you in a better? What is a more preferred space?
my mom
for
says
you?
I need a boyfriend now.
Is it because the album's done, and now you're gonna need inspiration for the next one?
No, I think she just sees that I'm like too in everything that I'm doing right now, and I do need like an escape. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But like,
It's funny.
You got a lot going on, and whatever you got going on, if you have a relationship with somebody, you got to kind of share it with them a little bit.
That's true.
That's a lot of work.
And I think that was probably part of the reason why I haven't like dated or been in a relationship for a while now, just because I felt like, you know, so much of it is a give and a take, and you have to be willing to give so much of yourself to another person and put someone else before you sometimes. And I think that this was a specific period in my life where I had to figure out my stuff, what I was doing, and figure out the story that I was trying to tell. And so call 1-800. I'm kidding. Put my ad for dating at the bottom.
Oh, I'll rent
I'm
out
absolutely
one
joking.
bus bench if you want.
bus bench.
Just one. We only have budget for one bus bench.
Make it the right one.
In an alley somewhere where no one can see it. It's cool. Thanks, guys.
We're really trying.
Yeah.
But were you attempting love while making this? Like, were you at least talking to people? Were you feeling it out?
You find people along the way. I mean, I think it's friendships, it's everyday life. I can't do forced things though, and I think because I'm also an actress, there's this part of me that just probably over fantasizes and romanticizes everything.
Story of my life.
Story of my life by One Direction. It really is, you know.
Because you blow it into this whole big thing, and then it's never going to meet your expectations.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of
sometimes it
sad.
does.
Sometimes it does. So far hasn't,
I'm waiting.
but there's hope. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you
I-
sound so confident right now.
every time I like have a touch of a relationship in my life, I do the exact same thing. I go into movie mode and I just see these
Yep.
beautiful
You
shots
see water
of us.
fountains.
Yes, us
You
cuddling,
see slow
walking on the
motion things.
beach.
You see a nice score with like a soft violin. That's what I see. I mean, you know what I'm
I see a
saying?
white horse and us on it.
I never see the horses because I think I'm allergic. But I mean, there's there's moments, and you think like, and that's why I've had such an interesting time writing about what could have happened and what might happen, because it is so interesting to me. It's like really just this mystery that you can't unlock
Yeah, because
because people are weird.
that's it.
Yeah.
You're aliens. I'm connecting all of this, and
Yeah.
I'm enjoying.
Once you
this
hear
very
it, I
much.
hope you think about it.
I'm really looking forward to hearing this album.
Me too.
You have more songs at Stargate on the album?
Yeah.
How many?
I have 1 or 2 more songs of Stargate on the album.
Cool.
Yeah.
How about the Max Martin Camp? Anything from them?
Yep.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Timeless Record before, and the idea that music really can last
I'm
forever.
petting the cat now. Do you notice that? I don't know why I started petting it.
It's a cat.
Petting its eyeball. It's great. Anyways,
The eyeball, real soft. The best part of the cat to pet. You said Timeless Records.
Mm-hmm.
You've listened to your album obviously a ton of times. Do you feel like you have one of those?
ooh, I'm gonna let you decide that. I think
Good answer.
I think I feel so close to these songs, and the more people that feel close to these songs is the better. I think there's something for everyone, truly, which is why I feel like each song kind of stands alone. Again, singular. I guess there's a lot of reasons why I called it that.
But they stand alone, but
Yep.
when they come together, they do give an accurate representation of you.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Winter. Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Do you
Wow.
have any more questions, Dan?
Yeah, this is a normal one. What's the hardest part about going from a Disney star to a normal person star?
To a normal
A
person.
normal one. Interesting.
You
Disney star
weren't
to a normal person star.
You weren't a
What was
human
I
before.
before? Do you feel like I was different, like as a person?
I feel like you have a weird accent now.
I do?
Yeah.
That's just from traveling, I think.
Yeah, you've picked
My
up
sister
something.
said that too.
Yeah, you've picked
That's
it up.
so weird.
Yeah.
My sister said that when I was in Europe. She goes, "You speak differently." I was like,
You sure do.
I think it might be a phase. I'm not. I have another friend who went through a similar phase in their life, and like I think it was just I think it was like confidence and also like class and maturity, and it kind of
Sure.
like came out. I don't know. I like it.
That's funny. To answer your question, I guess, how do you go from Disney star to normal person star?
Now she's watching her accent.
I am. Now I'm thinking about it.
Well, I noticed it last time you were here, and it's still there.
Has it developed more?
No, it's kind of going away, but it's still there. It's fading a bit.
It's fading a bit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, keep me updated
I
on
will. I'll
myself.
let you know.
Send our tweet.
Yeah.
Every time you speak, he will follow up with notes.
I'm so terrified now.
I'm always watching.
So, yes, you are.
Jeez.
That particular question, I mean, for me, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, if I had started everything that I'm doing right now in this year without anyone ever, like, knowing who I was beforehand or knowing anything that I did beforehand, I don't think there would be as big of a reaction to who I am at 19, because that's normal. I feel like I'm actually pretty chill for a 19-year-old compared to most.
You're very cool.
Thank you. I didn't actually mean cool. I just meant chill as in like Loki.
No, yeah.
But
Grounded, relaxed.
actually, I'm kidding. I'm insane. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyways, but I think that because you saw who I was as a person at 13 or 14, or it feels like there's this huge change and you've gone through this shift. And of course you grow like anyone else does. You just saw me like go through puberty a little on camera, and my hair got better, I think. And you know, you learn things along the way, but truly it was a job that I did when I was, you know, between 13 and 16 or 17. And you transition out of it by just then doing what life throws at you, and progressing naturally. And so it was interesting because when I wrote Almost Love and other songs in the album as well, it was never that someone said, okay, it's time, you have to write that song now. It was really just me writing it, and then everyone else going, oh, okay, this is she's ready to develop and to grow into this, you know, new voice person.
Natural evolution.
Voice person.
I meant to say like voice/person, and it came out as voice person, so just ignore that.
It's a natural evolution. Like you leave Disney being a normal human being, so you go through, you know.
And now I'm an alien.
That's yes.
Truly.
No, I mean you leave that and go into like normal.
I don't think you
life.
leave Disney being a normal human being,
No,
but
maybe you have a chance to actually live normal life a little bit. No?
you leave it with experience and wealth of knowledge. I don't think you leave it as a normal person, because I really do think, you know, for me at least, it changed my life in an interesting way.
Yeah.
You know, it also gave me the ability to have a much broader and more diverse range of people that I was speaking to,
Yeah.
which honestly helped me so much, because I didn't have to think, oh, I'm only speaking to young people, or oh, I'm only speaking to older people. I was just speaking the way that I would, and you realize that, you know, people of all ages and people of all kinds coming from any kind of place can relate to a simple feeling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of people grew up with you too. I think that's fair to say, right? Because you started at 13.
for sure.
A lot of kids going through that same thing.
Life.
Life. That's
Yeah,
what it is. That's the point I'm trying to make, you know?
Life.
Life without Disney.
I know.
You know, without it chilling. What is the biggest lesson that you learned between 13 and 19? Now.
Wow. Between 13 and 19?
Yeah, so when you started.
Like what everyone says, like hydrate, drink water. Like it's
Your
just
vegetables.
make sure you eat. Actually, that was a big thing. Like I think listening to my body was a huge thing, because I didn't realize, like, I was always that kid that was just like, go, go, go. I will work until, you know, you pull me physically off the set. And I think I had to listen. I'm still learning how to do that, though, to listen to myself a little bit more and go, okay, calm down, breathe.
Take a nap.
Take a nap.
But what comes over you? Is it like a drive to get it done? Is it a drive to get it perfect? Like,
It's all of it. I think for me, it's a drive that there's so much that I haven't done yet, and so much that I want to do that I haven't done yet. And that's like always been as simple as it is for me.
what would be a major accomplishment for you this year?
Doing the Zach Sang show.
Well,
You're
it's
always
happened
invited here. It's not-
three
yeah.
times already, so
Yeah.
Well, like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I've really outdone
you
myself.
really have.
And that way, when I set the bar there, I'm like, this has been a great year. This has been crazy. I
great-
did everything I wanted to 3 times.
Yeah, you can just stop now.
Yeah.
No, you can just stop.
The bar is low if it's starting with us. A great Mexican dinner on a Tuesday
Yeah.
would be above us.
Oh, really?
But is there like, do
We
you?
should have Mexican food together.
That sounds good.
That sounds crazy.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
2 weeks,
Yeah.
you come back.
Let's 2 weeks, new song.
Yeah, you come. I'll treat for Mexican. Don't worry. But do you want, like, obviously you want your album to chart when it comes out? You want Almost Love to rise? Like, do you think about any of that sort of the business, or are you just always art and yourself?
I want people to hear it, but I think more than anything, like, it's always about people hearing the voice that I am now and not hearing it and going, oh, like, this is this person from this or whatever it is. You know, I think as long as people are hearing the music and using it in their own lives the way that they want to. That's all I ask for. I think numbers are we're so exposed now to so much information, so much knowledge nowadays. It's kind of scary. We don't know enough, and then we know too much. So yeah, it's a balancing act. It really is.
You described the new album based on emotions. How would you describe this next generation of you, this new version of you, this mature version of you?
I think in the same way. I mean, honestly, because like we said, like
They're one and the same.
The album, yeah, it is me. And I think it's so hard. I change every 5 minutes, and I feel like this generation does, because they really are. When you're feeling things for the first time and you're meeting new people every single day, that changes who you are as a person very quickly. So I don't think I could choose.
Are you cursing at all on this album?
A little bit, but not in the way that I was like. It was actually funny though, because I remember the first song, which isn't on the album, but the first song that I dropped, the F-bomb in, everyone, they pulled out champagne and they were like, you can't have it, but we're gonna cheers for you. I was like, thanks guys.
That's hilarious.
No, it's funny to think about it in a way that it's like, they're words, but I say I only do it if I feel like it needs to be there. I won't do it if it just feels like, oh, let's put it there for fun. Like, there has to be a meaning and a purpose behind it.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Does the person who you wrote Almost Love About know that it's about them?
She hasn't told me yet.
I haven't. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. No, I don't know. Maybe. But again, like I said, it could be multiple people.
Okay. They should know that they missed out. I hope everybody who's dated you or attempted or gone on some date or sent you a flirty text message for over the last 2 years
Or a picture with their face on it.
knows that they missed out.
What was your first thought when you saw that? Like, were you like, oh,
He's
this
a
is
real
nice.
journalist.
I thought I love Dan.
Thank you.
That is Dan.
I appreciate it. Did you ever consider like, oh, maybe I should use this instead of the actual single artwork?
No, I didn't actually. It didn't cross my mind once. No, I did. But I actually do. I love the single artwork. I think people are going to think I have a weird fetish with statues in a little bit. But
How did that start? Who was like, you should be cuddling with the statue?
that was me. I literally just had this idea of this statue representing an almost lover, because obviously it has no emotion and it can't reply, it can't respond, it can't like give you the love that you need. So that was kind of like my symbol for that. And being so close to it, but like not close enough that it could ever be a real person.
That is smart.
Wow.
Thanks, y'all.
You're smart.
She's an intellectual. She made a new word during this
Why do I
interview.
laugh so loud?
Hey, in the lyric video,
Yes.
you said you got stood up at the ball.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes.
You really did?
Somebody
No.
stood you up?
Oh.
No, but can I just let my story live out there? Like, that's how I wanted it
Well,
to
then
be
say
perceived.
yes.
Yes.
This goes back to the movie
I've never been to a
thing.
ball though, so I wasn't gonna lie. I've never been to a ball, but no, I was like, this is my vision for this video. I get stood up. I run to a karaoke bar, no shoes. I'm in a prom dress for no reason, and I go buck on the karaoke mic. Yeah, and that was just my original idea, and also it gives this energy behind the song that I wanted people to hear the first time that they listened to it, if that was the first time, and so it came out the same day as the song.
The dance moves were on point.
Thanks. All mine, actually.
I mean, I thought I would assume so. Yeah.
Dan's approval matters.
Yeah. Oh no, I've learned that now. Yeah.
I know you walked off stage like, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so. You watched the end?
Of
No one
course I
ever watched.
did.
By the way, like when I show that video to people, like they'll always like, like how you kind of resolve something before it ends, and I'm like, no, wait, there's like an ending. Like just wait, keep watching. Yeah. Thank you, Dan.
Have you ever actually been stood up by anybody?
No. I'm way too cool for that.
I was just going to say.
I'm kidding.
Nobody wants to miss a meeting.
No,
with
I
you.
haven't, because I haven't given them an opportunity to stand me up. I don't show up. No, I'm kidding. No, I've said this before, but like I guess I'm just picky. So
I get it.
yeah.
How would you date? Like, do you go on like Raya?
I feel like this has become like
I'm just
Sabrina's
wondering.
love life interview.
I mean, a little bit.
I mean, a
how
little
about
bit.
your mom? She
Yeah.
wants you to get a boyfriend. So
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is
She's
called
shaking her head yes.
charity.
I feel like I need like I'll meet him at Whole Foods or something like that.
Okay.
Just
that's
kidding.
romantic.
I won't.
No, but
But I
again,
wish I would.
Another movie moment.
Yeah.
Both
You're picking out
reaching
the
for some
grapes.
kale. I was
The
gonna
grapes
kale.
are so much more
Grapes,
romantic
yeah.
than kale.
I'm not a romantic at all by any means.
Reaching for the grapes, like with the statue around. Yeah, it's very that's a good picture.
Well, I always wonder, like you said you're cool. People didn't stand you up. They don't have the
I
opportunity.
said I'm cool, but that's very,
Society too.
Yeah.
You don't just. It's hard for you to just go on Tinder. I go on Tinder. You
Do you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. It's my playground.
My sister uses dating apps, but like I can't.
Your sister kind of looks like you.
Really? Well, that's
bit.
Sarah, not that one. She has a boyfriend, the other one. Yeah.
got it.
I have 3 older sisters.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of estrogen.
Yeah. What are they doing?
They life.
Yeah.
They live.
Living.
They live. They breathe every day.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Knock on wood. Yeah, that's
Oh,
cool.
There's actual wood here.
Oh yeah.
Are you
Real
going on
wood.
tour?
I will be next year, yeah. But this year has kind of been like I've been able to get to different regions that I didn't get to on my summer tour, which was just in the U.S. So we did Japan. I'm going to some more places in the next couple months.
Cool.
I won't
Nice.
say it because then they'll get I have to make sure that they're definitely locked in.
And
but
you have
yeah,
2 movies coming out.
I do.
When are they coming out?
So The Hate You Give comes out October 19th. And then the one that I just filmed in Albuquerque, it's called The Short History of the Long Road, probably will come out next year. But that's I dyed my hair for that role. And
Yeah,
so,
how
like,
was life as a brunette?
whew, not good for me, not gonna lie. I'm not saying that this is how it is for everyone. I'm saying personally as myself, what I kept telling myself was I met Beyonce as a blonde, so she only knows me as a blonde. So when I'm a brunette, I'm basically like I'm just not existing really.
Yeah.
Beyonce doesn't know
no
who you
idea.
are, so.
You know what I mean? She'll have no idea.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I was thinking. But then again, I was also like in a completely different character for a month, which was really cool.
Are you living in that character, or are you coming in and out of it?
I was really living in it. It was hard to get out of it because it was very emotionally draining, which is really cool because it's something I've never done before.
Do you focus on music at all while you're shooting, or are you just 100% invested in what's going on set?
I don't know how I did, but it would be like in between takes and I'd be listening to mixes and like I would have to like kind of, because there are certain things, it's like deadlines, you
Yeah, you
know?
gotta get
And
it done.
I'm that person that is like, I need to do everything at once. But it didn't take me out of it at all. I mean, I think a character, a real person in life would listen to music, so it just happened to be mine.
The Hate You Give.
What's the character? Why was it so weird and straining? And
She grows up in a van her entire life with only her father. Since birth, she's lived in this van. And so she's lived like a very interesting life. And then when tragedy strikes, she's forced to take the wheel on her own. So you can assume what happens. But we won't give it away for people that weren't listening.
I'm hooked. Is this movie only taking place in a van?
It takes a place, nature. There's a lot of nature in this movie, but the van is like the van kind of became my best friend. I also learned so much. I learned how to siphon gas, which is crazy.
Cool.
No, like really, like
Just in case there's a
just
natural
in
disaster
case.
and you need to get
I
around.
need to get around it. No, I learned how to do a lot of things in this movie that like I would never have to learn. And it really was a very like non-glamorized version of myself, which I loved because I think it really shows people maybe the reason why I do both things, because I get this sense of something completely different than what I'm so used to.
Do you learn something new about yourself after finishing that process?
It's kind of the same as music. You learn what you're capable of, and you learn what you didn't know you were capable of before. So that was a crazy process. I'm excited for you to see that. But I mean, The Hate You Give also coming out this year, yeah,
October.
is going to be incredible.
The people are talking.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big
It's
one.
going to make you cry.
You're going to have quite a fall and winter, my friend.
Thanks.
you're a superstar.
Dan. I'm blushing.
Look at that. Get you a guy who compliments you.
I know,
Your
right?
cheeks match the bottom of your shoes.
I know. Look at
Are
that.
those Louboutins?
You know. Whoa,
Yeah.
Zach.
I got an eye.
Yeah.
They're
He listens
nice.
to Cardi
Thank
B
you
a
so
lot.
much.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's very. Buying those, is that a big deal for you?
Well, I didn't buy these.
Were they a gift?
I have to give them back. No, I'm kidding. Well, yeah, you do. I don't know why that's what this universe makes us do.
That's the most fascinating
I
thing.
wish I could keep them.
But you really have to give them back. I mean, they're
At
scuffed.
some point, they are scuffed, right?
Yeah,
Who wants them now?
Nobody.
Me.
Unless you're going to repaint the bottoms. Yeah, you want them.
I want them.
But that's the other thing that I've never been able to realize was like once people get rich enough to buy all the clothes they want and they're on TV and they get all this fancy stuff or make music, that's when all the clothes come for free. That's when all the cool stuff is just like given to you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. It's horrible.
But it's,
Makes no sense.
It's really.
Makes no sense.
Oh, you hate the free stuff.
No, I will tell you though, like honestly, my sisters take everything. So it's I mean like to be honest, I'm really giving as far as what I get. So no, I mean there's a nice aspect to it. It's not everything, and especially not me yet for sure. But I'll let you know if I get some Converse, I can take care of you for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But those
We're
Louboutins.
best friends.
So we'll expect some Converse in a couple weeks.
Yeah, just expect them in your
Yeah.
bedroom.
So here, a couple things.
You're delivering them straight to
Nice.
the bedrooms?
I wanted to sound kind of creepy there, and it went right over his head, but y'all caught it.
No, it worked.
Yeah, because Dan's been like waiting for
I'm
something.
a creepy. I like creepy things.
I know.
We couldn't tell. So we learned that Y and Alien are not going to be on this album.
Yeah.
So we have room for other
But
records.
that's chill because they're still out there in the universe. You can still stream them on Spotify and all of the streaming devices.
Stream it on your phone.
Stream it on your phone.
Singular is going to come out in the winter. It's going to be a big release. You're going to be a huge star.
You gotta be a star, kid.
You're going to be in the movies. You have a movie coming out in October, a new movie in 2019. You got a lot going on, man. Very exciting.
Are you working with Marshmello?
Are you?
Look at that little smirk.
Are you going to like show up at the RDMAs together or something?
Oh my gosh, I think hopefully I'll see him tomorrow. But we've written a few songs together. Yeah,
Whoa.
we'll see what happens.
Any of them going to make the album?
We'll see what happens.
How many songs did you guys write together?
See what happens.
What is it like
We'll
working with him?
see what happens. No, working with him.
Does he actually talk to you? Because he won't talk to me.
What if he was just completely silent, didn't say anything?
Yeah, you
He
should
talks.
watch our
Yeah, he
interview
talks
together.
to me. He's wonderful. He's so
that's
sweet.
nice.
Yeah,
He's very selective.
he's very sweet. You get it?
Sweet like a
Love
marshmallow, full of
marshmallow.
sugar.
Sweet, like yeah.
I eat sugar-free marshmallows. It's the ones I prefer.
Those exist?
Zach, are you good?
No.
Is everything okay?
No. Okay.
Do you talk?
And I'm gonna go take a nap.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys later.
Good seeing you.
Okay, it's nice seeing you. Almost,
So good to see you.
Almost Love really is a single. You should listen to it. It's a great record, and we're going to be playing it on the show.
Plug.
Almost Love. And yeah, Singular. It's going to come out very soon.
Love you
Winter.
guys so much.
A lot of love for you. You really are.
Fun.
You've been on the show a few times, like we said, but really hanging out with you in Kansas City, I got a real vibe.
Did
for
you get a vibe?
Yeah, it's like a human being, and you're a human.
As a human being, when I'm
the
here,
time.
it's all fake.
There was no lights, and I wasn't in front of a microphone. Neither were you, and like you were just so cool, and you're a grounded, kind person, and you care about people. Like you knew my deal. You got us. Like you're just very compassionate, and I don't know. It's
Keep talking.
good
It's
energy
great.
from
yeah.
you. I really appreciate you.
I'm gonna put this on my dating profile, like that little clip.
Please let me write
Take
it.
that little snippet and be like, she's compassionate, she's caring.
Sabrina,
And
I will write you the best dating bio you'll
bio?
ever get.
You have
Yeah.
to do a bio?
Oh yeah, you should see
That's
mine.
the worst.
I'll show you my Tinder profile.
How is anyone supposed to get a grasp from you from a sentence?
Well, it's not like you want like quick facts.
What
like,
would yours say?
Chill. She's pretty chill.
Just
loves,
chill, period.
honestly loves chocolate cake. Would love
what's an ideal Friday night for you? When you're not working?
when I'm not working.
Yeah.
Friday night. I mean,
Or
it could be any
Saturday.
night.
Or any night that you have nothing going on.
That's a great question. I just got a new bathtub because I moved into a new house, so I
Nice.
love baths now.
What's
so
your
that's
address?
fun.
Jesus.
1-800.
See, baths is
So I
nice.
love baths. Baths are great now.
You do those bath bombs?
Not really.
I feel like they dye your
I feel
skin.
like no one cares about this.
Hey, baths are baths.
Baths are baths.
But by the way, if you put "I like baths" on my dating profile, people are going to make assumptions and just, go to
That's so true.
draw conclusions.
This
that
world, we need to recheck this world.
a bath could be a bath without another person in it.
Yeah.
But why would you
Yes,
want
Zach,
that?
it could be.
You're right.
Sometimes you have to bathe.
You're right.
So showers are for.
Yeah, I haven't taken a bath in so long.
Well, guys.
All right.
We gotta go.
Anyways.
Sabrina Carpenter, everybody.
All right.
Ended on a strong note.
Love. I really hope you enjoyed that conversation. If you did, please subscribe and also check out our podcast. There's a link in the description, and also comment and like and do things. Other interviews are on the screen somewhere, so click them. Thanks for watching.